Everyone, welcome back to Yellow Cottage Soapery. Today I am restocking Fruit Loopy soap. This is the fragrance of Fruit Loop cereal and it is spot on, smells amazing. And I always sell out of this one really quickly, so I thought I'd restock it. I ended up making, I wasn't sure if I was going to because it's kind of a pain. These are little Fruit Loops and I'm using these 4 colors in the soap. And I made these with a little mold that I made. I have another video. I can't remember if I showed, it was quite a while ago. I can't remember if I showed the making of this, but what I did was you can buy silicone putty type stuff from like a craft store and you mix part A and part B together and then you can mold whatever you like. So I actually molded this with Fruit Loops cereal and then I went and did melt and pour to get the colors that I'm using. So I'm using those 4 colors. My base will be white, just a little swirl, my camera just a little bit, a little swirl on the inside, and then I'm going to put those on top. So let's go ahead and get started. Back. I waited about half an hour and I'm gonna just kind of give this a little bit of texture, and then I will place the embeds on it. I want it mostly white, so I don't want to texture too much. I probably should have just left it flat, but I couldn't help myself. So Mama Duck is still sitting on her eggs. I believe she should be hatching them any day. And I talked in another video about the nest we had on the side of the house, you know, the female that was attacked and all that. And, excuse me, she had left 5 eggs in her nest. I'm just going to go ahead and place these little buggers all over the place. She had left her nest with those first babies that hatched. And by the way, I have seen her and I know it's her because when she got attacked, all her feathers on top were pulled out. So I have seen her and she has no babies with her. So that is really sad news. So I took the eggs, I gave it 48 hours because it's for her to come back, and I kept checking and she never came back. So I have my incubator, which I had not tried yet, and I thought I'll just stick these eggs in it. You know, she probably left them because they weren't viable, but I'm going to stick these in my incubator and just see what happens. So they have been in there for 4 or 5 days, and we have taken them out and did the candling, you know, where you stick the flashlight under the egg and look inside and see if you see like veining and that kind of thing. And one of them stunk really bad, so I had to get rid of that one. But the other ones seem to be, my husband thinks they're dead. And I'm giving it a little bit longer because I'm so afraid that if I get rid of them, what if something's in there and I didn't know? So I'm going to keep checking them. I have a book that I bought that tells me what you should see in the egg when you do the candling. I put 2 yellow next to each other. That cannot happen. Speaking of yellow, did you guys see my yellow spatulas? I got 2 of this size and 2 smaller size. I've never had yellow, and someone gave me a link to Amazon, and I found these, and I am so happy. How can I be yellow cottage soapery without a yellow spatula? So now I have one, and it's probably good news to all of you who love it when I match my soap color to the spatula. I will continue to do that because now it's like a thing, you know. So anyways, the eggs are in the incubator. I don't know if anything is going to come of them, but I'm giving it a shot. We had another incident happen with, this is all my ducktails, and it's kind of a little bit of a longer story. Come here. So I will tell you guys about it. Well, it'll be in a few minutes because the cutting video will be attached. So I will tell that story when I'm cutting the soap. So now I'm probably just going to speed up the video a little bit so you don't have to watch me doing this, and then I will be back to show you guys the cut. I'm going to go ahead and cut Fruit Loopy. And you can just see the colors in the top there, and see the green. When I poured it, it was horrible, but I wanted to find out if it morphed back, and it did, so I'm happy because that was kind of a icky green. And here's the top. I think the colors turned out just like Fruit Loops. I didn't add blue or purple because I thought back when I was younger, it seemed like there was no blue or purple. I don't know if that has blue or not, but anyways, it smells so good. Oh, that's pretty. Well, I said that I was going to tell you a story about the ducks, and here's what happened. It's very sad. The other day, my husband and I were sitting out back and just enjoying the morning, and the neighbor's dog is a husky. And when they let it out, I guess the state has a no leash law, so they don't have to have it on a leash, and it always runs over into our yard. And it's friendly to us, but when my mom was here with her whippet, it bit him on the butt. And so it can be a little bit aggressive. I haven't seen it aggressive around people, but all of a sudden it took off and ran down, and I heard the little girl that was out, that had, you know, it's her dog. I heard her screaming, like really screaming, so I knew something really bad was happening. So I ran down there in my bare feet, my socks, and I missed, all I saw, I looked in the water and I couldn't tell if it was a goose or a duck because I was a little further away, flapping around in the water for a second, and then as I got closer, it's pretty, I noticed it just kind of went belly up. And I said, what's going on? And I saw feathers everywhere on the ground. Well, that husky took off, and I don't know why. The duck was caught off guard, obviously, and it grabbed it and broke its neck. And it was a male duck. And I was so devastated. And of course, the little girl was just bawling. The neighbors were out with their kids and saw the whole thing. And the geese were going crazy. And the duck had gone out maybe a third of the way into the water. And somehow, because I wanted to get it out, I wanted to bury it. So it floated right to me. And my husband got a box, and we dug a hole in our yard and buried the duck. Now, we have several male ducks that come up on, not usually this time of year, but in the fall and winter, and hang out with us on the patio. And we have names. And I said, oh my gosh, what if it was, Phil? He was our favorite. And we don't know right now which one it was. And it doesn't matter. Whether, it just doesn't matter. We were just absolutely devastated. I cried and I was so sad. And come to find out, this particular husky has attacked another dog. And it was like $1,000 vet bill. And it has taken some of the goose eggs out of the nest. And of course, I said it bit my mom's dog. So we've called animal control, and they say there's really not anything they can do. So basically, there's a husky living next door to us and is very aggressive. And we have been talking about getting a puppy. I used to have 2 Bichons, and I had them when they were 6 weeks old, and I had one till he was 13 and the other till he was 15, and I haven't had a dog in years because I just couldn't. And we've been talking about getting one, and now I'm scared to death, that I'm like, oh, we're going to have to fence in the yard, I don't know. But that is my sad story about the duck. On a positive note, the duck out front, I feel like she's been sitting, and I've been waiting. She's been sitting on that nest forever, and the eggs are still sitting there. She's there all the time. She goes off in the morning, I think, to probably get something to eat or whatever, but she's there all the time, and I'm still talking to her, and I'm checking constantly, and I'm hoping that I can take my camera with my tripod out, or even just my phone, and maybe video when the ducks hatch. I'm so worried I'm going to miss it. But yeah, there's 10 eggs, and I know for a fact that when I was planting flowers, it was the day before my mom flew here. It was May 3rd. So they were there then. She kept adding to them at that time. So it has been at least 2 weeks yesterday. And they could have been there a little bit longer. So I'm waiting on that, and I will keep you guys posted on the duck eggs out front. And if you want to, see pictures or whatever, I do have a few on my Facebook page, Yellow Cottage Soapery. I know a lot of you are interested in my duck stories, so if you look there, that's where you'll get the most updates. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all next time.